Hi, my name's David and welcome to the first episode on our YouTube Renovation channel. This is a channel where we'll show you how we purchased a small cottage nestled in the Snowdonia National Park and renovated it on a very small budget of £30,000. I'm just in the process of waiting for Holly, Addison and Ada to arrive, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to show you around the cottage and just give you a brief rundown of what we are planning on doing. I'll take you outside initially through the mess and I'll show you the cottage. Like I say, this was an auction property, so whilst it's situated in the beautiful Snowdonia National Park, it's very much a doer-upper. This is the outside of the property. It's quintessential 2 up 2 down cottage. Like I say, we purchased it on auction and it needs, let's just say, a heck of a lot of work. So the name of the cottage is Huvudley, which I believe translates to a beautiful place, and it is a beautiful place, if I'm honest. Nestled right here, as I say, in the Snowdonia National Park. There's the spelling for all of the Welsh speakers. I'm not a Welsh speaker, sadly, so I've probably said it completely wrong, and sorry for any offence caused. So I'll take you inside. So this video is a bit arse about face, apologies for the terminology. We've actually already started this room, and we did do a walkthrough video prior to doing that. But we've had terrible camera issues, so we lost it all, so we're actually sadly just starting again. So this kitchen, so this was the kitchen, sorry, it was quite a basic kitchen. It was just an L-shaped kitchen, which went across these walls here. Cooker, shelving units, sink, dishwasher, and to be honest, obviously we've had to strip it and it's going to be plastered from top to bottom, but we're actually keeping the layout pretty much the same. So we're having an L-shaped kitchen. Here, it's quite a small room, it's smaller than it looks on camera, and we're having dishwasher, cooker, sink, and then we're going to have actually storage here, and then a couple of upright units here, one being a fridge freezer unit, and then we've got a larder unit on the end here, with our family seating area, kitchen table and whatnot here. So if I take you through the kitchen, so this goes straight into the living room. Like I say, it is pretty much just a 2 up 2 down. This room will be the front room. There we go, there's some of the appliances we actually removed from the kitchen. But to be honest, this room actually isn't really going to change a whole heap. We're going to be removing, this is actually a gas fire, not a log fire like it looks. So we're actually going to put in a proper log fire in there. Ceilings are being overboarded because we've got as you can see, the lovely Artex, and replastered. Then we're going to carry out some patch repairs and whatnot. This is just crumbling plaster. The walls aren't damp, thankfully. It's just the plaster's actually coming away. So we're going to patch repair a lot of that stuff. The whole room doesn't need plastering at all. These doors here, I'll show you the drop and I'll show you from outside shortly. There's literally no steps there at all, so we're actually going to block this up so we can make use of that wall. I like the idea of it. You can open it, you can be at one with the outside essentially, but it's a small room again. It's a cottage, like I keep saying. So, and then we're going to put a window in there. Then we go to a largely untouched room. This is we go down what would have been the original steps, I believe. So this would have now been outside, but these are the original slate steps, I think. But this is the utility room. So we'll have our, this come out of the kitchen. It's actually quite pretty. We're going to do something with that, I think. This is the utility room. And then we've got this will be the downstairs toilet, which is great when you're entertaining in the garden, so you haven't got to walk all the way through. Boiler's located here. If I take you into the garden, can't beat a fancy old loft like that. You'll see why. Sorry, there's some of the old kitchen units that we've removed. but you'll see why we love it here. We've actually got to put a new roof on this property, except I can't show you right now because I can't actually. In fact, actually, let's see if we can go down here. Let's see if we can take a look at the roof. It doesn't look too bad from the back, but from the front there's a couple of slip tiles, and we've been told that it's because the nails rusted out. Whilst the slates are actually okay, the nails have actually rusted out, so we could have got it repaired, but we've opted to remove the existing slates, rebatting it, refelting it, and then reinstalling the slates, because we were told that actually if a couple of nails are rusted, the chances are the rest of the nails will be rusting out. And this is that amazing step here. And generally the windows, especially at the back, aren't in great condition, so we're going to just put double glaze in, because this is right on the road as well, and in the summer, as you can imagine, with all the tourists and the campers and whatnot, it can get noisy. So we're putting double glazing in, Georgian looking. We did try to look for double glazed sash units, but the price was just crazy, and like I said at the beginning of the video, we're on a budget. We have a £30,000 budget. So let's just take you upstairs. Some more weird and wonderful things going on. It's just 2 bedrooms up here. Weirdly, there's no family bathroom, just 2 en suites. We'll take you into the back bedroom first, and you can see this would have been once a very big room, in which this plasterboard wall has been installed into the corner of the room, and what an ensuite has been installed, which has definitely seen better days. That's condensation issue. It's not actually a damp issue as such. It's just condensation where I don't think, well, the room's not been ventilated properly. So our plan here is to create a family bathroom. So we're actually going to remove this initially. We're going to take this slightly away from this window here, and we're going to go 100mm probably, roughly that way. And then we're actually going to bring this wall here all the way down to here. So let's just imagine we're about 100mm roughly, say here, and we're going to bring it down here to here, and it will square the room up. It will make the room a bit more usable, and also what we'll do is then we'll create a family bathroom. So if we go back to the top of the stairs, imagine we're coming up the stairs, we'll be walking into an extended hallway, door on the right hand side to go into what will now be this bedroom, and then right in front of you here we'll have another door which goes into the bathroom. So the bathroom is going to be slightly narrower just, but a lot longer. And then in this bathroom we'll have a toilet, a bath with overhead shower, and then we'll have a sink unit kind of here somewhere similar to what it is now, just a different orientation. And then we go into the front bedroom, which actually looks like it should be the second bedroom. It looks really small now, as you can see. But what they've done here, and again it baffles me, but there was obviously a reason, but this was never a holiday home as well, I hasten to add. It was owned by somebody that now lives away, but he's rented it out to actually 2 tenants we've met, funnily enough. So it wasn't en suites because there was, multiple people occupying it or anything along them lines. But yeah, so they've built in this, so that would be your original wall, and then they've come out here and built this kind of square bathroom, which makes this room tiny, and it's actually not a small room, not really. Once we take, so we're going to totally remove this, so we're going to take this out, take that bathroom out, and as you can see, if you follow this wall here, it actually goes, and this will be the original wall, and then it goes back and you've got this really big alcove which we're going to use, for wardrobes, etc., and it opens up all of this space. So yeah, that's the plan. It's not the biggest renovation project in the world. New roof, repurposed roof, new windows. These are lovely, these windows. but they have seen better days. You know, they let a lot of draft through. Oh, one thing I didn't mention is we've actually got the boiler downstairs we'll get away with and we'll be able to use. Radiators all need changing, new pipe work, it's on micro bore pipe work, so that's something we'll show you moving forward. So it's all on micro bore pipe work, so we need to upgrade that to 15mm pipe work. It'll be micro bore all the way through as well, looking at chasing the pipes from the actual boiler. So, but yeah, that's let's just see if I can show you the stream that runs behind the property. You might not be able to see it overly well in this video. But there's literally a waterfall, and we'll take you up there at some point. There's literally a waterfall just out the front door, and it runs all the way around the back of the property, the stream. But yeah, it's a beautiful location. And there we have it. So we will, I'll drop a picture of the actual kitchen on top of this introduction, just so you can see exactly what it looked like. But we are going to continue the rip out now, so we're going to continue with the 2 bathrooms. We've got a builder coming in next week who's doing all the plastering, etc. So we need to get it ready for that. So once we've done the rip out, we'll show you again the progress. And yeah, hopefully you'll stay with us. Give us a like and subscribe. And yeah, we're excited to go on this journey with you. So as you can see, we've done a fair bit already in a say hello to the camera. Woo! Yeah, we've taken out these units in the corner. I need to have a look at this here. As you can see, there's a bit of mould, but this property, as I say, has been dormant for a year through a typical North Wales harsh winter. There is a damp-proof course here, but I'm not sure how good it is. So even if it might not be a damp-proof course, I'm not really sure. because actually looking at it now, it doesn't look like it goes to exterior. And there's a hole in the floor there, so I need to have a look at that once I've got the floor up. Just try and understand a bit about what that is. Yeah, so this pipe all needs to be removed, cut from outside, running outside, and our cooker is actually going up in this space here, so the pipe needs to come around outside and then back in. But yeah, we've made good progress. We need to start bashing some of this up and flat packing it ready for when the skip comes in a few days. But yeah, overall, good progress made so far. Okay, so we've just finished the kitchen off. The last job was to remove the picture rail around the top, at least for the plasterer anyway. We got to loosen up a couple of plug sockets and whatnot. We actually thought this was just something that was added after, but it looks like from how thick some of the plaster is in some of this, that people have just been plastering it up to it and whatnot. So, you know, I need to find out the plaster exactly what it is that we got to do in terms of prepping it. So hopefully we'll see him tomorrow. We've obviously also got to sort out this pipe work and run it plastic probably down the wall, and then come out there because it's been done shockingly. We never done this. It was just hidden behind some boxing and some cabinets and stuff. It's terrible. And then we've got to take that last bit of skirting off, but we've got to take the radiator off because it's tucked right underneath it. But other than that, that's the kitchen done. Holly's arrived and she's outside. We need to actually clear a spot in the front garden. You saw it earlier from my video that it was a bit overgrown, but we need to put a skip on there. So she's in the process now of doing the gardening. I'll take you outside. This is Holly. She's tucked away behind there somewhere. She's just fallen over, bless her. But yeah, so onwards we go, and we're going to go upstairs and start ripping out one of the bathrooms. And we'll see you soon. Okay, so you'll notice a change in the video. Our GoPro's gone up the spout again. So in order to try and get some film and to keep you guys up to date with what we're doing here, I've changed to my iPhone. So apologies if it's a bit naff. We'll work on it and we'll do better for the next video. So, but I've removed the wall that you saw me taking down on the time lapse, and I've just had to try and go and work out where the stopcock is. Basically, this baller fix valve is shot, so couldn't isolate the shower. But I have subsequently found it weirdly supplying the downstairs toilet, so it must tee off somewhere underneath all the boxing that someone's put. So now the job is to remove all of the sanitary ware, all of the sinks, toilets and whatnot, shower. And yeah, once we've got this out, hopefully that is as I thought, and it's just moisture that's built up and caused it to go mouldy, and nothing too bad has happened. But let's get it stripped out and we'll have a look at the end. So I fast realised that due to the size of this bathroom, there was no chance of me being able to film the actual process to remove all the stuff in there. But I've been cracking on throughout the day, and I just thought I'd update you to show you exactly what's. I'll show you the state of this room as well. But I'll show you how far we've managed to get on and some of the issues that we've incurred. Okay, so first and foremost, this came out of a tiny bathroom. False floors, skirting boards, tiles, plasterboard, shower tray, all of this. And it was only a tiny little ensuite, if you remember. Haven't done the framework yet, but more floor. So they put ply down, not cement boards. They put ply down, and then obviously tile adhesive, and that was an absolute bugger to get off. So here we are. Not bad for a few hours work. They've obviously chopped up some floorboards to get drainage and stuff. Our plan at the moment is to take the drainage out the back wall and try and put a strap-on boss on the downpipe, I think, because it runs all the way under the floor to the outside of the building, and we don't think it's the most sensible approach when you can go out there. But we're gonna look at that. The issue here could be the fact that this, because of the lean-to, which comes somewhere where that is, so we're probably not going to have enough height, but we're going to have to assess that. One of my big worries here is all of this plaster here that's all moving. It's pretty sound here, but clearly it's been leaking, and my worry is where the lean-to on the outside comes to the building is that for some reason this is taking on moisture. I'm not sure. We've got our builder coming tomorrow, so I'll have a chat with him and find out what he thinks and to see the best course of action. So essentially we've got to reboard this. Look at the state of this. This is like, you know, half-inch thick. We need to understand what this is. This is all blown here, so we need to have a look at this. No idea why someone left this still in the wall rather than just filling it. Yeah, it's been a fun day. Interestingly, as of all of these car crash properties, someone used a bit of newspaper as a packer. I was trying to look at the dates. The only indication of a date is that date there, the 13th of August 2003. Happy first birthday, Holly Louise Stones. If this was a 2003 paper, which one would suggest it is, what's that, 23 years ago? So this person is now, this tiny little person is now 24 years old. And on the back, which you don't see now, you can go and buy yourself a caravan or a car. I don't know what a Peugeot 206 scooter is. I'm assuming it's a model of a 206. No, it can't be. It is actually a scooter, 100cc, 1,200 quid. A Swift caravan, 750 quid. I don't know what a best car. I know nothing about caravans. What else have we got? A Daihatsu 4-track, an old E-Reg, 500 quid. I don't know what that is. Alfa Romeo, no idea. It's an S-Reg though. 10 extras totaling 10 grand, immaculate condition, £6,495. But yeah, interesting. LL17. We're not from around here, as I said earlier on in the video. We're from Kent, so no idea where St Asaph is. But it can't be too far. I think we're LL24 in this area. But yeah, so that's interesting. But that's kind of where I'm going to leave it today. I think the first thing tomorrow is to come in and we don't have a skip still yet, which is frustrating. So all of this rubbish is really just piling up. We've got the kitchen outside still from when we removed it a couple of days back. Excuse the noise, which is still there. So the garden stuff is there. So yeah, we've got the first point of tomorrow, I think, is to try and have some sort of tidy up, bag them up. I couldn't isolate one of these baller fix valves on the shower. So currently the water's off in the property, so I need to go and get a compression fitting so I can actually cap that, sorry, with a compression fitting, and then turn the water back on. But overall, we've done all right today, to be honest. Holly and gang have gone home already. But yeah, we haven't done too bad at all. Oh, I'll just quickly show you. We'll go down the stairs. Oh dear, what a day. I'll show you outside. And we've also ordered a new memory card, which I'm told that the reason my GoPro probably isn't working is because the memory card's corrupt. So even formatting it potentially means that it's not going to work. So we've ordered another one. So hopefully we'll be back on proper video terms tomorrow at some point. But if you remember, this was overgrown here, so we actually just cleared it because we need to put a skip on there, like we said. So that's the real reason why we've done this now, not because we want the front garden to look pretty. But you can see the old slate steps, which I like. Very nice. But the idea, if we get planning permission from Snowdonia, which can be challenging, is to try to... We've got no parking here, which is a bit of a problem. We knew that when we obviously took the property on, and we kind of just bit the bullet, went for it, and are just trying to find a solution. But we're potentially going to turn the front into a driveway, potentially. But we've got to get planning permission. We've also got to obviously get quotes and then make sure we've got the funds to do it. But yeah, so that's it really. So that's the kitchen stripped and finished. We'll have an update from the builder tomorrow, just in terms of what we've got to do to prep. But yeah, that's me done. And I am off home to grab some dinner. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hi guys, and welcome back to the cottage. It's not actually the next day, which is how I left it on my last part of this video. We had a drama the other day, and Addison had a fall at home, and we had to take her up to A&E. So that took us a day out. We were back yesterday, but thought it'd be best that we just plough on rather than record it, just simply because we were doing much of the same, rip out of a bathroom. And to be honest, I can imagine it is quite boring to watch. You'll see that I'm still on my iPhone. The camera isn't working, which has obviously had a negative impact on the recording as well. So yeah, I've had to actually send off for a new one. Which is frustrating, but when we're back onto the project, which will be a week from Saturday, we should have it back. So fingers crossed we can do some better recording. But yeah, I just thought I would end this video with just an update as to where we got to. We've made quite a bit of progress. So yeah, so here's one of the bathrooms. I can't remember how far I got previously when I last done a video. But this is the back bedroom. If you can remember, I said we'll come up these stairs, and this would be a bedroom. Would create a longer bathroom here with a bath, toilet, and sink unit here. So this is one of them, totally ripped out. Honestly, this the workmanship here was shocking, as you can imagine, with an old rented property. But yeah, there's been some leakage and stuff going on at some point. This board's knackered. And oh yeah, I think I did show everyone actually. We've got a little overflow, I'm assuming that would be. It does seem to be drying out a bit more here after a couple of days. So I'm happy about that. And you can see all the microboard pipe work that's just literally laying along the ceiling. So that's obviously all got to come out as well. The pipe work and stuff adjusted when we do actually build the false wall and put in another bathroom. So that's this bathroom, that's this room. This is essentially where we're at now. We have got the builder coming in next week, who's going to start overboarding the ceilings. Going to have to get him to plaster them walls and tie them with the other plaster. So they've actually looks like they had a wall here and then plastered up to either sides, which is odd. But that's what they've done. And yeah, so we'll have a wall in here. So I have got to relocate them sockets and whatnot. So that's no dramas. This is what we've been working on most recently. Again, like I said, it was just another rip out. So, but if you remember when you came in that door, they had the awkward kind of square ensuite bathroom there, which actually did take a hefty amount of space. You think that wall is now a full wall. It's difficult to give the to give a true depiction of it in a video, but yeah, it's quite a big space here now. So figured that the bed can go on that wall now, maybe a built-in wardrobe unit here. So that's actually not encroaching on the wall. So it's actually a sizable room for a master bedroom. So we're quite chuffed with that. That's actually worked out really well. And if I quickly take you downstairs, it's a very small property, this property. But you wouldn't believe the stuff that's come out from upstairs and in this kitchen. So there's, you know, rubbish everywhere. We're still waiting for the skip. But this room's obviously been stripped, which is great. Obviously the garden's been done out the front. No change back here, obviously, except we've still got all of the units and stuff here. I'm gonna show you something that actually explains in video exactly why we wanted this location, albeit it's not the biggest property, doesn't have a driveway, but firstly I'll take you up here, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see them, but that gorgeous river that runs out the back is actually a farmer's field in front, and I don't know if you can see. So we've got the sheep are out today, which will be great for Addison. She'll love it looking out of her bedroom window. But yeah, let me take you out the front, and I won't give you too much commentary because people think I'm nuts, but let me just take you up the road. Traffic's a little bit bad today because there's been an accident on one of the other main roads, so bear with me. Let's let these cars go past so I can come out. But yeah, let me take you on a quick walk, and it is a quick walk. I will speed this up, but even without it being sped up, we're literally talking a 30-second walk. It's not an ideal time to do this with the traffic being so bad. But if I cross back over, firstly, we get all of that, which is absolutely incredible. Some of you might even be able to guess what village this is in North Wales. But we've also got this, and I'll go around onto the bridge. But being this close to this natural beauty is incredible. And this isn't, you know, there's plenty of other bits as well. And of course along the other side, so that's the reason why we wanted this property more than anything. It's right in the heart of the village. And it's absolutely perfect in terms of location with all of this going on. But yeah, I'll at some point take you down to the village, and we'll do a little video of the area, which hopefully you guys will like. Let's go back to the property now. But yeah, so that's the reason why we wanted to purchase this property more than anything. So we are travelling back to our hometown on Saturday morning. Tomorrow's being spent packing everything up, so we won't actually be back at the property now, except we've got a builder in next week. So when I actually return in a week's time, so a week Saturday, we will we'll have a lot of changes. So yeah, anyway, thanks guys, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you soon.